I got back to camp last night just before midnight. Get some of the camp chores done, like get some water because I ran out as soon as I got there. Put the food bags away, get a little firewood, and then we went to bed. I got up this morning, not early, but sort of early. Started getting everything prepared to get these llamas ready because we have to try to get right between these two pine trees right up there. That's where he's at, or the rest of them anyway. Going up that drainage is not the thing. That's what I came down last night. That is not the way we can go up. We're gonna have to go up into the woods and take some of the elk trails to get up there. And I hope the boys are ready. He said, yeah, I'm ready. I've been doing nothing all week. Y'all ain't killing nothing. Cooper seems a bit uneasy. Probably a lot of elk smell in here. What's up, buddy? You okay, buddy? Cooper. Cooper. Bolero's just chowing every time we stop. All right, we made it. I got some meat down there. Head's right here. I'm going to tie these boys off to these trees right here.
Like I said, I took the woods using the elk trails as far as I could, and then I got out into the open, and what I was trying to do was walk long switchbacks up the steep part of the hill. But the llamas weren't crazy about that. In fact, Bolero was getting pretty mad and started spitting at Cooper. So I would go on these long switchbacks trying to get them to follow me because it's really, really steep. Well, they would start to come, and then when I would switch back, they would cut. And so they go straight up the hill, and they kind of, I call it spazzing about it. They just kind of like jump up and then kind of follow me a little bit. And then when I turn back around, they cut the corner again. Instead of kind of doing what I'm doing, they're just kind of cutting the corner. So we get up top. My original plan was to throw down some snacks and then get these things loaded. But because we're on that steep hill and they weren't real happy about it, they weren't in distress. They was just, I could tell they were using more energy than I wanted them to stand on the side of that hill. So I basically just got them loaded as quick as I could.
All right, I think I got these boys loaded pretty good. They're nice and even. Hopefully it's nice and secure. Those antlers stay out of the way. They're pretty much just over his body. So we should be doing pretty good on getting tangled. So I'm going to go down, link these two together, see if we can't get out of here.
Trying to do the same switchback thing through the woods, going down and getting on elk trails and following them. And I thought at one point he's just going to roll over me, fall and roll over me and impale me with the antlers that are on his back. So that was quite the adventure. But eventually we got to the bottom. Then we had to do a bit of a creek crossing, which wasn't that big of a deal.
Easy. Go easy. Okay, boys. All right.
Valera's pack saddle had shifted forward going down that really steep hill, so I had to take everything off, readjust, get it back where it's supposed to be, and then eventually got back on our way.
Okay, ceasefire.
Then I switched leads because Cooper was just up my butt, like I said. So I pulled Bolero up front and had Cooper following in behind. The problem is, Bolero actually does not like to be the lead, but Bolero also doesn't walk right up your butt. This obstacle gave us a little problem on the way in, so I make sure to slow these guys down.
I need you guys to go easy right here. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Good boys. Good boys.
And it worked out fine. So then I get back to camp where Brian's been packing up.
No.
Yeah. You got all the meat on them?
Yeah, and the one bag that's down there that I brought home last night.
Oh yeah.
So now I got to get all my junk here put away into my pack. We're going to let the llamas rest a little bit. Eventually we got on our way. Initially I had the antlers on my pack, and I laid the pack on the ground, buckled in, and then Brian lifted on my pack and I was trying to do a squat off the ground. That was about all we could do to get my sorry butt up off the ground. But about 3/4 of a mile into it, I told Brian, we can't do this. So we ended up mounting the head on Cooper. The problem was I wasn't getting it quite tight enough, or I just wasn't getting it right. So the head would shift eventually, and then the antler pokes him in the leg. He doesn't like it, obviously. So then we got to keep fixing it. Brian's like, I'll just carry the head. Well, he's already got literally a 60-pound pack. I'm like, no, you can't carry it. I can't carry it. We just got to figure out this tie down thing. So Brian came up with the idea. Once we got it on there, I really cranked on the tying, and then he got the antlers through the saddlebags and cinched the saddlebag loops around it. So then it was rock solid, and we were good to go the rest of the way. And at one point while we were resting, Cooper put his face on me and gave me a kiss, and Brian tried to get a video of it, but Cooper wasn't feeling amorous anymore, so.
See if he'll do it again. Cooper, you a good boy? Is he gonna kiss you again?
Another spot during the trip, there was a lady with a dog way back in there. She was near our camp. And she actually offered to carry something for us, which I thought was very nice. But at one point we were trying to, we had the head on Bolero, and we're trying to removed the head and put it back onto Cooper. And as we got it untied and everything, she came by with the dog, and the dog started like growling and barking and kind of freaked out Bolero. Bolero's got this head that's fallen and poking it like in its legs. The dog's barking at it. Brian's got the hurt leg, trying to maintain control of Bolero. It was almost a nightmare. Finally, the dog went away. We got the head off. Bolero calmed down. We put the head back on Cooper. Everything was kosher after that. But that was quite the thing in the moment. Eventually, we get to the trailhead, and Brian needs to go take off to go get his leg looked at. So we got to remove the trailer from his truck to my car. That was a nightmare. I could go into long details about that. But basically, the little part that you push down on the ground to lift the tongue of the trailer, it ended up falling out of the trailer. And at another point, we had it on a rock to get it high enough to try to get it off of his ball hitch. And then the rock fell out from underneath. The thing fell down. Oh, it was quite the adventure just to move the trailer from his truck to mine.
Well, that was the best hunt of my life.
Best elk hunt I've ever had.
You got a bull. I almost got a bull. We had llamas.
You
Worse-
got wounded?
I got wounded. I'm gonna go to the hospital after this.
And tomorrow morning I'm going to take the llamas and return them by early afternoon. I'll probably sleep in a little bit. That was one of the probably top 10 worst hikes out. My feet are killing me and I am beat up.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get some stitches.
All
I'll
right.
see you later.
Well, drive safe. Don't turn off your truck.
All right.
The reason I told Brian not to turn his truck off is because we knew we forgot to unplug the trailer and that the trailer lights were still on. So we knew he was going to have a dead truck. We were just hoping it was going to jump start, and it did. So I did what our plan was prior to Brian hurting his leg, which was I was going to spend the night at the trailhead. So I spent the night at the trailhead. I got up in the morning and I noticed something wasn't right. I got this really blurred out, and I originally took this video or a couple videos here in case the authorities had any question as to what my actions were when I saw this. So I saw a man with his truck still running at about 7:30 in the morning, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, and his lights were still on. Was in the same spot that he pulled in about 12 hours prior, just about dark the night before. I didn't think anything of it. My thought was he's waiting for somebody, or he's doing a map check or something along those lines, because he wasn't parked and stopped in a spot where you would park for the evening. So I noticed his vehicle still running. I thought something was up, so I walked over to check.
Holy shit, I think this guy has died.
So I knock on his window. I beat on his window. Then I use my pocket knife on his window.
I don't see his chest moving at all.
So I'm going to have to try to open the door, and if it's locked, I'm going to have to break a window because I'm thinking carbon monoxide poisoning. And if he's recently passed out, I got to get him out of the truck. I was a little surprised it opened.
Sir? Oh no. No. Oh Jesus. So I don't have cell reception here, so I've been packing up. I decided, okay, I'll just pack up and then get out to cell reception and make a phone call to the authorities. But as I'm packing up, a vehicle pulled up, asked them if they could make a phone call. They said they can turn around, go back to their cabin and do so. So they're doing that right now. So I guess I'll just hang out and wait for the authorities. And this guy he's from out of state, and his border around his license plate makes it clear that he likes to do some fishing. So hopefully he was doing what he liked to do on his last day there. This is a popular fishing spot as well. A shame. I can only assume it was like carbon monoxide poisoning with this truck running all night. but I don't know if there was another stroke or heart attack or something that then had him sitting all night. Funny thing is, his truck was not in park. I tried to pull the key out of the ignition, but it told me vehicle's not in park, so I put it in park and got the key out and turned it off. So I guess you never know. You never know.
A little while later, the sheriff's deputies showed up. I provided a witness statement, and then I was allowed to leave.
I got my car packed up as best I can. Everything fits. Backpack, head, my sleeping stuff that was in the car, cooler and bow case, cooler and 2 bow targets, my kind of car camping food stuff's here. So everything's in. The rack that was in my tow hitch is strapped up top here, and trailer's hooked up. We just got to get the boys back to their owner.
So I gotta say, that was a pretty wild 8-day stretch. I hope you liked this series of videos. If you did, give us that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down there, and as always, thanks for watching.